I think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Hello and welcome to the Burrito Fremen stream. I'm your host, Griswold Gaius Grimm of the First LARP Ingression Protocol. And let me tell you that you may believe that there is no magic in this world. You may believe that you're a muggle. But the truth of it is, we cast spells on each other with words all the time. And as such, you need savings throws versus the mind control. You get to choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart. I rolled a number. If it's over 10 and you picked it, then you made your savings throw. You take half damage from the mind control that follows. Today, that mind control involves a cosmological burrito and a device to I don't know, plantify the desert. Anyway, survivalists got a 14. It's very dark in here. Very nice. 14. Socialists with a 5. You may have earned enough bonuses through activity on the Discord to get that over 10. Otherwise, full damage from the mind control. Sophists, you as well. 6. 6 for you. Heart folks, though. 18. None of this mind control is going to get through to you. Now, let me talk to you first. What has happened is the Bridges of Meaning Hub has begun a series of investigative reports with the first investigative report into the cosmological burrito.
All of the different metals. You have the clothes that the workers are wearing, right? You got the shirts, the pants, the socks, the boots. You have all of this different stuff that's going into that nobody's really thinking about. But there it is. And again, it makes up the reality of your burrito. Isn't that interesting?
Speaking of the reality of my burrito, live there in the chat, the all-seeing you, Ardlian, Top Fed Coco, and hi everybody. Remember, everybody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. And you too, you. Welcome to Burrito Fremen stream. Where were we? Oh, yes.
So let's move on to the next one here. Well, I got a diagram of some cinder block here. This is all very interesting because now the cinder block is what this factory is probably made out of. And somewhere in the factory there's cinder block. I guarantee it. And in there you have the mortar that's filling, that's holding the block together. You have a motorcycle outside doing whatever it's doing.
So he got this whole spiel about like all the stuff that goes into you getting a burrito and how to be all grateful and whatnot for it. And then good old Gavin responds with this.
This has never been created before in our history, and then when you want to provide clean water, when you understand that you need humans, you need air, you need clean water, then you start to understand, oh, it looks like we need plants, like we need to be able to grow plants And it looks like we need to be able to, the plants help with the air. And what plants need water too. It seems like we need water for our plants and for our animals. We need clean water. So the cosmological burrito, at the end of the day, is connected to the convective heat engine. What's interesting is this process of just taking anything seriously, like the cosmological burrito, can lead you to the answer. And this is what this means is most people don't take things seriously. So people will consume this content that we are creating and just, what is it? I'm trying to get a Grimgro's term. We are the audience. We're just the audience, just consuming content, just feasting on the content, on the burrito. And our mind is totally absent of where that burrito comes from, and it's absent of all the people who don't have access to that burrito. Right? But
audience is my term? Audience is my No, mindless zombie horde. Just eating our content. I'm not participating in the Discord, not commenting, not liking and but anyway, so this thing he wants to do, right? It makes green the desert with this making of the water, right? So I realized then there that this was a Liet device, like from Dune. And then he's talking about the burrito, and thus the show, Burrito Fremen. This poor boy, he wants to build a cult around making this machine. We can help with that, but he's got to rebrand it as a Liet device and get the sandworm hooks into the Dune fandom, right? And then behind and underneath this project, and he can get somewhere. And there, I made a show for that. Burrito Fremen. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal of production executives with the slogan of the day, "You're not a bad fella." Also, in other news, we got old Saint Sartori over there going after Dave Rubin for doing surrogate parenting, which is always fun.
This story, it goes to show, like, God gave David all this stuff that would be forbidden to most people. And, it would be forbidden to a priest. If a priest wanted to serve God, he would not be able to have all these wives and all these things and whatever. He would not be able to go.
What he's saying here is like King David got a really good cosmological burrito.
Go out into battle and do these things, because that calling would preclude those privileges. But for David as the king, God gave him all the things that David wanted, and yet he chose to take a thing that was not his to take, that was not right for him to take. And I think that, for those who are attracted to people of the same sex, that desire is for them, in the eyes of God, the one thing that they cannot have. And
ventured a number, an 8-figure prime. They both turned towards me, then suddenly became still, with a look of intense concentration and perhaps wonder on their faces. There was a long pause, the longest I'd ever known them to make. It must have lasted a half-minute or more, and then suddenly, simultaneously, they both broke into smiles.
They've arrived at communion. They are worshiping.
They had, after some unimaginable internal process of testing, suddenly seen my own 8-digit number as a prime. And this was manifestly a great joy, a double joy to them. First, because I had introduced a delightful new plaything, a prime of an order they had never previously encountered. And secondly, because it was evident that I had seen what they were doing, that I liked it, that I admired it, and that I could join in myself.
Agreed on that, then we can have this conversation about how wonderful we are as a species and how we're all universally basically good when we've stopped chopping bits off of children's genitals. I'm doing it again.
Yeah, you're doing it again. It's okay, man. It's been a while.
A little bit of a didgeridoo here at the end, maybe.